All right, Kevin.
Live?
Not live. I mean, I can edit anything. I don't do
Okay,
live,
okay.
but yeah, we're rolling.
Recording?
Kevin, the Barracks Barber.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. Episode
dude.
20.
Episode 20. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
So, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You have a pretty substantial following on probably Instagram's the biggest, right? Are you
Yeah.
on other things as well?
I had TikTok, but like, dude, it's so hard keeping up with
Yeah.
posting, and I
Yeah.
gotta learn all the platforms
Yeah.
and balancing work and my kids and all that, working out. Yeah, so I kind of just like stick to Instagram.
Yeah. So you have like 20,000.
36.
36?
Yeah.
Did it go up recently with like this kind of your marathon and the memorial and like these interviews?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you pay for Instagram for your blue check?
Yeah, it's like $15 like
Yeah.
a month or something like that.
Do you make money off of it?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Not yet. Well, besides haircuts,
Yeah.
do get
Like
new
free.
clients.
Yeah.
other than that, no, not yet. That's like something that I'm currently trying to figure out.
The Rock and
Yeah.
fucking
Uh-huh.
Dana White and all these people
Uh-huh.
with their millions of 300 million, whatever. Yeah, the money demographic for YouTube is 1,000 followers, a certain amount of watch time, and a certain amount of videos. And if you can hit all those, you will be basically invited into the realm of you can make money with us.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did the advertising, which I was like really afraid of. Like you can pay to like publish your video and be a link at the end of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I read something, I don't know if you know about this, like how that works, but on YouTube, because it's Google, and it's like someone had to pay like $7,000. I'm just like looking at it. It was like $12. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I've never done
7,000 in like ads?
Yeah,
Like to
so
pay for
they got so much traction on their video
Yeah.
that Google charged them, because it's like a penny here, a penny there.
Okay,
Google
okay.
charged them like $7,000.
Jeez.
Yeah. Would you like to do a shot? It's kind of a customary thing.
Yeah, of course, dog.
Yeah, this
yeah.
is from Gunny Tate. He was on the podcast a few times. Really awesome OG.
The episode I was watching yesterday, I don't know if it's Gunny Tate, but I know he was a Gunny, and he was over there with you guys. He had a little mustache. Is that Gunny Tate?
Yeah.
Mustache all tatted up?
Yeah, Brett.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's working. That's interesting. I
Yeah.
heard a lot about him.
He's a pretty old school, pretty gnarly
Yeah,
dude.
no, sick. Freaking. Yo, thank you for your service, dude.
Yeah, he's a rad dude. One of the boys. I knew of him. He's a gunny in our battalion.
Yeah.
And but I really got to know him over the podcast. We did 3 episodes. We didn't air the third one. We just got too drunk.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gave me this bottle, and I refill it with the same whiskey. It's not, the hand-selected whiskey.
Yeah.
And then I have Soviak's wristband on there.
Nice.
Always lose stuff, so I figure that'd be a...
Right on.
All right.
There's a bald eagle on there.
Mm-hmm. Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
And I have some alcohol-free down here and some ice.
Some liquid. I actually never had that.
Yeah, it's just bubbly.
Also, sparkling water.
Yeah, and they have the flat water too. Not sponsored by Liquid Death.
Yeah.
So what did you... I got out of the social media game after the Marine Corps, and eventually I pulled the Band-Aid, downloaded all my photos off of Facebook,
Yeah.
and then did the 2-week wait for Facebook to get deleted. And I'm like, been done with social media for a long time.
Yeah.
And I got interested in podcasts because I'm a fan of podcasts, but like it's almost a necessary evil to have supporting social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm new to Instagram, and it's not as intuitive. Like we've had conversations about like how do I make videos? They're not exactly, YouTube and Instagram aren't exactly friendly. How long have you been doing the Instagram thing? And was it just like a personal thing that turned into a business thing?
Dude, I've been messing around with social media for like since I was in barber school, pretty much. So when I was in barber school, I was like the best barber at barber school. Like, so I was in the reserve. I did 6 years in the reserve. So my last year in the reserve, I enrolled in barber school, and then I feel like just from being a Marine and like the high standards and trying to be the best.
Yeah.
And I've also always been like a creative person, always been like really good at drawing. I don't draw anymore. When I was a kid, I was just nasty.
Yeah.
And then mixing that with like cutting hair, I feel like I've always been above average.
Yeah.
So towards the end of barber school, I started a repost page back in 2015. Still in barber school, I grew that page to like 150,000 followers.
Really?
Yeah.
This is Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
150,000.
Yeah. And like the algorithm was like way different back then.
Yeah.
You could just like post whatever and you fucking,
Yeah.
you know, get a whole bunch of likes and shit. So I will post like 18 times a day. Yeah. And then with that, I would promote barber competitions, local barber competitions. And I did about 4 of those in a span of like 9 months. And on the 5th one of my buddies hit me up. He had the money for it. I was just promoting for him. And we threw it on Memorial Day 2017. And I remember I DM'd like 900 local barbers. And I feel like it was like close to like, it was like 400 or 500 people showed up to this event. And after that, so I was fresh out the Marine Corps. My wife just got out too. And then we had like, I was transitioning out the Marine Corps. It was like really tough. And pretty much like, long story short, we ended up homeless with my 4-year-old son. And that was just like some hard times. Yeah. We lost everything out here in California. And then, so everything that I built up with that page and all my network, I just dropped it. I probably could have kept doing that a little bit more, but like mentally, though, I needed a break. And then we sold everything. Freaking December 2017, we're fucking sleeping in hotels and shit. You know, every night was a different hotel because we hit absolutely rock bottom. Like, who would have ever known fucking we'll be homeless veterans? You know? But, you know, it happened. We learned a lot. Then we moved to New Jersey, for where I'm from. And from there, my family took us in. They were like, yeah, you know, freaking have a fresh start. So that's pretty much end of 2017. And we're there for 3.5 years. And there I actually started, I kept doing the Inglorious Barbers a little bit. And then I was trying to expand out to YouTube. And pretty much what I'm doing now, like with the interviews, I did that before, but with barbers. So I would travel all over the Northeast, freaking Pennsylvania, New York City, freaking Philly, Boston, just interviewing different barbers. And I did that for a little bit until my other kid was born. And then I was like, dude, this is just too much. And then I pretty much just stopped that whole thing.
Yeah.
I still have access to the page. I just don't post on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that's like my first experience with social media. I grew it like pretty nice. And
so you still have access to an account with 100,000 followers, something like that?
It's like 140 now. I just don't use it.
Why not? If you like,
because it's for me, it represents like a time in my life where like things, where I thought like being in Instagram was like all cool and shit. I want to be one of the cool guys, and it just like ended like so bad and shit. So like I kind of just like I leave it right there.
Okay.
And I just leave it's just in my back pocket just in case I want to use it. But and also part of me feels like I don't want to use it because there was a lot of people who talked a lot of shit back then. Yeah. And I kind of want to prove them wrong. Like, I don't need this page. I can still fucking do my own thing and still succeed, you know?
I get it.
You know? I guess that's just like a Marine thing, or like being stubborn and shit, you know?
Yes, no. I think it's a human thing, and I think
Yeah.
I think it's a man thing.
Yeah.
And I think, I feel like the Marine, when people do hold themselves up to the Marine standard, because you got some fatsies and some people that are just like, man, I did boot camp, I'm done.
Yeah.
But when you get that alpha mentality,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, I'll fucking show you. I think that's I would say that's probably more of like a man's man, or maybe like a provider, like a husband,
Yeah.
a father. Someone's just like, but that's respectable, man. That's pretty rad.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, I feel like how my world is. I feel like personally, I feel like always got to prove something for some reason, for whatever. So Jersey dropped that, and my Instagram account right now, that one has always been, when I started barbering, all that. So I had 2 accounts. I had that page, the repost page. It's called the Inglorious Barbers, and my page where I just posted my haircuts, it was always called Ill Barber, _barber. And then come pandemic time, I became an ill barber because I got fucking sick.
I get you.
And I'm like, dude, this fucking name is horrible right now.
Did you ever watch the show Archer, the cartoon? You ever heard of that?
It's
like this.
Fox?
What's that?
Is it with a fox? Like dressed like Peter Pan or something?
No. It's about like this James Bond spy.
Okay.
Fucking, it's pretty funny, like kind of Adult Swim type of shit.
Okay.
And the spy company he works for is called ISIS.
No way.
Before that group was established, and very quickly after that, they had to like change and like.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's like some The Simpsons shit. You know? Yeah, that's freaking crazy.
But the ill barber, and then COVID-19. It's like, man, this doesn't. It's like Corona. Like, man, fuck.
Yeah. And then back then, when it first popped off, I was in North Jersey. That's where I'm from. Like 25 minutes outside of New York City.
Yeah.
So that was just like fucking the worst place ever at the moment. It was like ground zero all over again. Yeah. So I kept cutting hair. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm going to keep cutting hair. And then that's how I got COVID, because I was doing house calls.
Yeah. And
then I was like uncommissioned for like a month. And then I'm like, man, I got to come back harder. Yeah. So I fucking
like not taking care of yourself, and just keep exposing yourself to
adapt and overcome, bro. Fucking. Yeah. So you know what I did? Fucking hazmat suit, dog.
Did you?
Hell yeah, fucking hazmat suit, because that's what that's what you see on TV.
Yeah.
So I threw on a hazmat suit, gloves, a mask.
You're just sweating,
bro. But it was still kind of, it was like spring over there.
Okay.
Like early spring. And spring over there is just fucking, it's just still whack as fuck. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, at one point, dude, I was booked up 3-4 weeks in advance with 81 house calls, bro. And not only that was I like in a hazmat suit, but I changed my name from Ill Barber to the Essential Barber.
There you go.
Yeah, dog. And I was just posting content with a fucking hazmat suit, and everybody was just eating that shit up. Yeah. Just adapted to the fucking. And then once end of May hit, dude, I was sweating my fucking balls off, and I'm like, I gotta switch this shit. And then I started wearing scrubs.
Yeah.
Scrubs until I'm like, yeah, and fuck this shit.
And they're just like, thank you for your service.
Yeah, dog.
They're doing pots and pans.
Hell yeah,
for
dude.
you.
Yeah,
like,
fuck yeah, dude. And it was awesome too, because like, dude, right before the pandemic, I got fired from the barbershop I was working at. Because, dude, I don't know why, but like, I only been fired twice in my life, and it's been as a barber, because the shops that I worked at, I couldn't stand the fucking leadership. Like, it was just like, oh my God. And I'll just end up cursing dudes out. So I got fired. But like that whole, how I marketed myself through the pandemic, dude, I fucking like doubled my fucking clients.
Yeah, you kind of crushed it. Like that was pretty. Dude. Well, accidentally, the Ill Barber is like pretty good.
Yeah.
And then what was the next one? The
Essential Barber.
Essential Barber. And then you're doing it in a hazmat suit, and like everybody on the entire world is just like scroll.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nobody's cutting hair.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I'm the crazy motherfucker
Yeah.
in a goddamn
So
hat.
like, look at this. Dude, you're in.
Look at me, dog. Still
Yeah.
open for business.
That's pretty fucking genius. That's funny, dude.
Yeah, and then during that time too, I started posting on TikTok, and this is my second.
I'm pretty anti TikTok, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really too active on TikTok.
It's just run by the Chinese.
It's weird.
It's like
it's a
very
weird platform.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's
it
really
is.
bad.
It is.
It is like
That turns me off from it.
my opinion is, which is pretty based in fact, is that it is Chinese propaganda to make us dumber. They
Bro,
don't allow that same shit in China on their Chinese TikTok. They allow like mathematicians and like fine arts and stuff,
Yeah.
and we're just like,
Dude, I never thought of it like that.
yeah,
Like they're just making us dumber. It's a whole strategy.
yeah.
That's
And then
goddamn.
they're just stealing all of our info. It's like in their terms of
I
service.
feel fucking retarded right now.
Nah, you're good, man. I mean,
You guys got me. You got me.
It's not like Zuckerberg on Instagram is doing anything different.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Zuckerberg, yeah.
I'm not a
Those
fan of him.
fucking dude.
The Security Clearance Podcast email
Yeah.
it has a lifetime ban from Facebook
No way.
because I made an account and within an hour it was pre-deployment. I was like, let me get into the social media, and within an hour I was banned for 2 weeks because I used a pseudonym, Bob Smith, a fake name.
Yeah.
And then when I got Instagram back, I tried to reactivate my Facebook. And it's like terms of service, you use a fake name unless you can prove that you're this name, you have forever a ban from Facebook. Yeah.
I think they were out for you, dog.
I used a fake name.
Yeah.
I mean, I use a fake name on Instagram, but they didn't catch it.
That's weird though.
Yeah.
Using a fake name and you getting banned.
Yeah, they want
They
want a
pretty
photo
excessive,
ID. Facebook wants a photo ID, government photo ID to prove.
Like a driver's license or something?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't want to give that.
Yeah, no. That's too much.
Tell me, sorry to change subjects. I went to go buy, like, you ever done like food service, like home delivery, like steaks or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Okay.
not Grubhub, but like pre-made meals that are like easy to make. You mix this.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know
never
what I'm talking
ordered, but
about?
like I know what you're talking about.
So I'm going to order these steaks, and it's like military discount. I'm like, yeah, click on it, and I'm going through. They want name, fine, birthday, yeah, I get that. Branch, pay grade, okay. Social security, and that was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I guess I don't get a discount.
Social
Putting my social security onto the
No,
internet.
bro, you about to get scammed, dog.
It seemed like, not seemed, I'm pretty sure I've used this company before. It's like ID me or whatever. I was just like, I can't give you my social. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't get the discount. But so not just me, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
weird. Bro, I got freaking like a month ago. So I had a parking ticket, right? It's like a minute. I still haven't paid that shit. That shit's way over. But it's a reason though. It's valid, dude. So like on the ticket, it had like the website, but like I added like another letter in there by accident, and I hit .com enter, and it was a whole nother fake website.
Yeah.
And then, dude, I paid like $300 or whatever it was. I forgot. And I'm like, oh, it's good to go. And then my wife checks it for some reason. She was like, you fucking idiot, this is the wrong page. And we had to like shut down the whole bank account and shit.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, they got me.
They got my mom pretty good. She was just having issues with her computer.
Yeah.
And randomly, the India dude calls her. They're like,
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I guess you saw my computer, Microsoft.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like giving them all their info and like the IP address.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and I just need your credit card. And she's like, why do you need my credit card? She's like, ma'am, I need your. She's like, this is a scam.
Yeah.
And she like unplugged it. This is back like Best Buy days. She like unplugged it and took it to Best Buy, and they're like, "You're probably fine."
Yeah.
You didn't give them the credit card, right?
I would
Like,
have given. I would have given the credit card.
Yeah, it's usually
yeah, no problem,
Yeah.
bro.
yeah, easy day, man. So you're New York, New Jersey?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's summer 2020 in New Jersey. So I do house calls. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So the Essential Barber. So I opened up the TikTok, right?
Would you like a drink, or are you good?
Yeah, I took a drink.
You want ice? No ice.
Yeah, I'll take some ice.
Okay.
So so I'm working, bam, doing house calls from 2020 to like early 2021, like January, and then I post a video on TikTok. And I'm trying to figure out TikTok all of 2020. So 2021, I post a video of me looking like James Harden, right, on TikTok.
I'll be honest, I don't know who that is.
James, no way.
Yeah, I don't.
For real?
Yeah.
Basketball player? He has a beard, black dude.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kind of what you have now.
Yeah,
like
I'm pretty much
yeah.
like James.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. All right, bet. So I make this video of me looking like James Harden, and then this video blows up, and it gets 33 million views on TikTok. And then my TikTok account blows up to like 140,000 followers. And then come election time, I'm posting videos, and then I start posting video. Remember when Trump got banned on Twitter?
Yeah.
I made a video like, dude, that's just so weird how the president has like,
Yeah.
TikTok has more like communication power than the president. Posted that video. Me, like all my haircuts videos were getting like 15,000 views, 20,000 views, all this shit.
Yeah.
I posted that one. Then like a month later, now that my page was like blowing up, dude, my shit got censored, like shadow banned.
Ah, yes.
Dude, big time. That shit fucked that whole thing up.
You spoke about the unspeakable.
Dog, bro. I post one video, 1 hour in. Usually I'll be at like 10,000 views or like 3,000, 5,000 views in 1 hour. The 1 hour in with this video, 20 views. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
All right, keep posting. 16 views. And they keep posting like every day, like consistently, and then nothing, dog. And then TikTok fucked up that whole shit. But it's cool though, because the pandemic ended, so I didn't need Essential Barber anymore.
Yeah.
And then so that's early 2021. My page blows up. Then it gets they cut that shit off real quick. Come May 2021, my wife accepted a job offer at Wounded Warrior, right here in San Diego. June 2021, she accepts it. Then last week of July, we freaking moved back out here.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've been here since August 2021. So
where
2 years.
Where do you, not your like exact address, but like where do you live?
Oceanside?
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you in the reserves? Were you out here?
Yeah.
Was Camp Pendleton?
Yeah.
And what years were you here?
2011 to 2000. Just out here in California?
Yeah.
So 2011, 2000, and 2017.
And you were in the reserves like the whole time?
Yeah, well,
So
Fort LER.
were you married?
Yeah.
So where did y'all live? Did y'all live in Oceanside then?
Yeah, first we lived in fucking Serra Mesa.
I don't know who that is.
That's like Old Main Side.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Lance Corporals and below, pretty much.
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And then right after that, we had our first kid.
So you lived on base
Yeah.
as a reservist?
She was active duty.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the dependent.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, dude. And I used to work at SIF too for a little bit.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That was
when?
2000.
There's no way.
12 to
Yeah,
2014.
No. Unless you were
Yeah.
29 Palms, there's no way.
Yeah. What were you in 29 Palms?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
Besides boot camp and SOI
Yeah.
and my deployments, I was
Yeah.
29
But
Palms.
we joined like around the same time. I joined 2010.
09.
Yeah. So
Not too far off.
yeah.
Um,
Were you East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast. My brother,
Okay.
my brother enlisted when he was at LSU, and like
I remember you telling
something
me.
about the Mississippi River and being on whatever side.
Yeah.
And then I got to claim family heritage, which ultimately, I don't know if it really influenced where I went. Yeah, I did. I did want to be on this coast. I didn't want to go to 29 Palms, though. I wanted to be Camp Pendleton,
Yeah.
like my brother. But I had a few buddies that were in 29 Palms that did Lejeune or Paris Island and then SOY East. And then they're like 29 Palms and send them all the way the fuck over to us. So, you know, shit happens. You're not always guaranteed. I remember telling my brother, because my brother was 1-4. They're doing good things in the news right now. My brother was 1-4 back in 2000. And so I'm 2009, 2010 after boot camp, and I'm like, yeah, there's so many 29 Palms. And I just hear him like, that place fucking sucks. I was just like, what? He's like, dude, oh man, hats off to you, brother. And like, I'm like, what's so bad about it? And I remember, you ever been there?
I went to Joshua Tree.
Kind of, but no. Because when you introduce the military industrial complex, it's just like, what's landscaping, you know? What's this?
Yeah.
What's that? To expose pipes, that's fine. So like, it's this very industrial looking place.
Yeah, and it's in the fucking desert.
And it's in the
That's
desert.
ugly.
And so
It's hot and ugly.
I'm showing up at night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I see some like sparkly lights. I'm like, oh yeah, this is probably a town and a city. And then like walking outside in the bright white light and the sand, and there's just nothing. And I never saw him my entire time there, but like within my first hours in the morning, I see a scampering road runner and shit, and like tumbleweeds and stuff. And I was like, this is a movie. Like this is crazy. And yeah, it's just a gnarly fucking place.
Dude, I remember the first time I saw a tumbleweed for the first time. Since I'm from fucking Jersey.
Yeah.
Dude, I pulled out my camera, started recording that shit, dude. I'm like, what? This is so crazy.
Yeah. It's fucking wild shit. Yeah, 29 Palms is a good place, man. I didn't want to take my family there, but it was interesting. Good training.
Yeah.
There is like I felt like there was a difference between 29 Palm Marines. You know,
Dude, I got a 29 Palm story right now. Cause like Marines always, they come into the barbershop.
Yeah.
And dude, I hear like the wildest stories in there. This one so HMLA 369, right? They were at 29 Palms like over the summer.
What is that?
That's a fucking air wing unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I only know because I used to work at SIF and I knew like all the fucking like units and shit when I looked it up.
Yeah. One of my corpsmen went over to like 11th Battery. I was just like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, it's Artie. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're over there at 29 Palms over the summer. And this dude was like, he's working on one of the fucking birds or whatever. And then he just heard like a loud sound and then like people screaming, like Marines screaming. And then he fucking looked up and it turns out one of his boys jumped into like the tail rotor of one of the birds and pretty sucked him in like a fucking, like a blender.
Yeah.
And fucking, dude, fucked him up. He was, from what he told me, yeah, he got close enough and the Marine was just in two pieces. Yeah.
That sucks.
And then for me, like when he's telling me this story, like you could tell like he's going through it. You know?
Yeah.
You could fucking tell from his face and everything. And like they gave him one day off and then send him back to work the next day.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
You want to know my theory on that?
Stay ready.
No. All right. So I don't know if you were athletic or anything like football or anything like that, but
Soccer.
I fancied myself a football player, even though I wasn't very good.
Okay.
Main place I did excel was like the speed and strength, doing these Olympic kind of CrossFit style workouts. Yeah. And I went to this big, basically like combine of these 3 different high schools that would all use this speed and strength coach. And this guy would churn dudes through the program. We all had the same subscription of this is the weightlifting program you're going to do. Based on your strengths, you will do a percentage wise.
Yeah.
Dudes would blow out hamstrings. I messed up my back. This dude has a bad hip, blah, blah, blah. But out of the 1,000 kids that come, 10 of them go play college ball.
Okay.
And then once, they've gone to play college ball, they have thousands of dudes across America playing college ball. And out of there, 200 dudes go to play professional. And then once they're in the professional league, only so many actually shine or play or like do well or become the Tom Brady's and all these.
Yeah.
And it's just like a matter of attrition. They want that. My analogy is they want that money. They want to keep you around and keep putting you through that grinder because they need you. If
when shit hits the fan, they can.
If too many people are like, oh, I can't do this. Well, then they have no workers, so they need that mass horde.
Yeah.
In case things happen. I don't know if that analogy makes exact sense, but
yeah, I mean, I get what you're trying to say.
It's just a numbers game. Is really what I'm saying. It's like, it's
true, and it's also fucked up.
That is true. 20%, 22, percent of y'all are gonna kill yourself or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah,
we pay y'all, and we have no other option. And we need you to come back after 24 hours because this bird's got to go up for a training op we've had planned for 2 months. It's just like, fuck, man.
And they just try to sweep the suicide under the rug like nothing happened.
Yeah, we are numbers in a numbers game.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. Can I hit your vape? Do you have a vape? Is that a vape?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. It's my same thing with.
I was gonna hit it, but fuck it, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you're fine.
You're probably gonna edit this shit out too.
Yeah, I can cut around it. Yeah, that's funny. One of the guys. Did you ever hear about the guy that did the?
Fuck.
You good? You need some more?
Yeah, I know. I'm
take a quick commercial break. One of the guys that came on the podcast, he was from golf. He was the senior line. Good dude. Fucking rock star. Did great things in HKIA.
Corman?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Garcia.
Yeah.
He
mustache?
Yeah, mustache. Kind of.
Skinny Hispanic kid?
Not Hispanic. Kind of looks like an islander, like a Polynesian dude. Not like Samoan or anything, but he sat on the podcast. He sat right there. I think he wore a hat, glasses.
I might have cut his hair.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Matt Garcia, good dude. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I have my pin right here. I don't give a fuck, dude. It doesn't bother me. I just can't buy it for my wife. I did that once. I'm gonna cut all of this, but for my wife once, and I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've done.
Yeah.
And then she got mad when I did. I was like, I got too much to risk. I can't do that shit. And then
you better all doing coke.
No, I don't, dude. I got basically quit drinking. I need to quit doing regular vape. I digress. So would you say I've talked to you about like editing videos and stuff. Would you say you're like diligent on teaching yourself how this stuff works?
Yeah, I kind of feel like once I'm inspired or motivated or some shit, it doesn't matter like what it is. I'm gonna fucking obsess over it.
Yeah,
like
I'm right there with you.
Just fucking get that shit done.
Yeah.
Like fucking business credit, like having an LLC and getting business credit. Like I don't really know too much about that. And fucking last night I'm like, dude, I'm just going to the bank in the morning, fucking asking information. And I had like 15 minutes to kill, and he told me like everything I fucking need, and I'm just gonna fucking work on that shit.
Yeah. So you're applying for an LLC?
I have an LLC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but so I'm trying to
do a write-off. Is that what you're talking
about? I don't even know. I'm just
Do you know what a write-off is?
Yeah, I know what a tax write-off is. No, so me and my buddy, we are leaving the shop that I'm working at, and we're teaming up together, and we're gonna fucking open up our own like double chair suite.
Okay.
In San Clemente. So for that, I need a fucking barber chair. I need a couple
Yeah.
things. So the first thing I'm like, I don't want to. I could go into my savings or whatever, or I can fucking see if I could get approved for like business credit. And I thought of that last night.
I see business credit, like
Yeah,
a
just say, like-
line of credit. Yeah.
Yeah, just so I can like buy a couple things and
Yeah.
shit for the.
I think you should be, so
Yeah.
long as you have a certain amount of minimal things.
Yeah, it's not a lot. So
Yeah.
thought of that last night, and in the morning I'm like, I already know what to fucking do. Let me go ask a fucking expert or some shit.
Yeah, that's I actually had a guy. His name's Jesus. You might watch. I don't know if you watch or not. A very he spoke in a way that might shock people,
Yeah.
but honestly, he was like a really intelligent dude. But
Yeah.
he spoke very hood,
Mm.
and he was Mexican, and he would drop a certain word that. Yeah. Yeah. And like he said it to a black. Are you black?
No, I'm Colombian.
Okay. I'll bleep that. But he would say it like not like a machine gun, dude.
Okay.
And he was briefing on something, and there was like a black dude, and he like went to say it,
Yeah.
and he's like, and he like stopped himself. Anyway, this person was actually pretty smart, and he was just kind of spitting game one day, just talking to me, and I'm entertaining him.
Yeah.
I'm just listening. Like, what do you have to say? I got time to kill. Like, we're in the same proximity. Like, talk at me. What you got?
Yeah.
He's talking about business credit and making banks compete, and he would have $20,000 from this bank, 20 from here, 20 from there.
Okay.
LLCs. He was like, I have a YouTube account. I was like, really? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, why not, dude? Fucking might be something I need. I own my
Yeah.
name. I was just like, these are all I know about these things,
Yeah.
like owning your name, owning your website, owning.
Yeah.
I was just like, but this kid who
Yeah.
seems kind of ignorant at times, not gonna lie,
Uh-huh.
is doing the right things that I've known about. I don't really have a business, but
Yeah.
I found that pretty interesting. That realm is the rich get richer, and it's because they're doing smart things with their money.
Yeah.
They're getting aligned. They're not using their money. They're not using their savings
Yeah.
to risk it all. They'll pay a debt back if it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
And they'll live off their whatever they have.
Yeah. And if you like assume enough like finance freaking videos, like, all that stuff, like you'll see like all these freaking dudes, they always go to credit or take a loan out or something to build faster. So
Yeah.
fucking might as well just fucking, apply what you're fucking watching.
Do you know why they all drive around in like fleets of like Suburbans and like Cadillacs and shit? Do you know about
Because
that one?
the weight, right? On
Yeah,
the
it's
vehicle.
the farm truck tax write off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, dude. I gotta learn. Either learn about that or just let my fucking accountant take care of that shit.
Yeah. You have an accountant?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just get some.
Fucking sick. So we were chatting the other day, and you're like, dude, if I stayed here, we could partner up. What would be your vision of what that would be?
So my vision for my podcast, like when I see it, like when I see my future and opening up this studio, this suite, like what I see right now is 2 chairs, barber chairs, because I'm the Barrett's fucking barber. And then I would interview another veteran and have him tell his or her story.
Yeah.
And yeah, pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then me trying to find out. So recently I had, I'll say like an investor who's like interested in investing like in me having a better production like this, what you have. This is so fucking sick. I've been watching like a bunch of videos the past couple of days.
Yeah.
Trying to like see like what I need. And that's another reason why I went to the bank for like to learn about business credit, because I know for sure I can fucking come up with something really dope, especially if like people already seen like the videos on my page that do the best are the ones of the interviews that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like I want to make sure I bring my followers or my fans like on this journey with me, and I want them to see the upgrade. You know, I want them to see this thing to make them feel like fucking they're a part of something. You know, and yeah. So I lost track of what I was saying.
No, that's good. Yeah. How would I be I mean, this is a fun thing to fantasize about.
Yeah.
I'm going to Italy. I am contractually obligated by
Yeah.
the military unless I want to go to the brig. But like, what would you see me doing? What service could I provide for you?
So like, you know how I told you, like, I just go, I don't even think. So like, it's kind of wild. So like that investor, so I called him yesterday because we scheduled a phone call or whatever. And then he says that he's out, that he's not going to do it anymore or whatever. And then literally, like, I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing yesterday. Freaking, I'm like, damn, dude, like, because like part of the shit that the list I wanted was like up to 3 cameras, you know, a whole thing.
Yeah.
And then literally maybe like 15 minutes after, that's when you texted me. I'm like, no fucking way.
You want to know what was going on with that?
What's up?
So I was, how long ago did we do our interview?
So it was like at least July.
Okay. So I had a situation with my tattoo artist. And I was like, man, am I overthinking? Should I just, I've reached out on this way. He didn't get back to me. I'm just like overthinking shit. And, you know, I did the interview with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, one guy at work that knew who you are. I was like, yeah, I actually did an interview with him.
Oh, wait. What's his name?
Scholes, Frank Scholes.
Frank Scholes.
I don't know if you know.
Shout out Frank Scholes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, dog.
But he's like, oh man, that'd be great. I'd love it, you know. I'm like, yeah. And then like it doesn't happen. And then I see like another person's interview come out, but it seemed more pertinent to like the
What's going on?
to what was going on, right? Your fundraiser, H Kaya, more direct. And I was like, yeah, that's probably. And then like, it's like, man, did I say something dumb?
Yeah,
you know?
No, you're great.
And so I'm
dude.
like texting my buddies in a group chat, just like, dude, what do I I'm overthinking. They're like, yes, you are overthinking. Just text the guy, like, is everything good? And so, yeah, it's like,
This
just
is
like,
awesome.
hey, man,
I appreciate
is everything good? And you're like, yeah, are you good with it? I'm like, yeah. You're like, dude, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what's up? Like, 3 camera. I'm like, oh, I use this. I'm like, I can show you sometime.
Yeah.
You can come on the podcast. You're like, how about tonight?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, no, my mother-in-law's in this room, but tomorrow night, and now it's tomorrow night. So I'm glad we could make this happen.
Yeah. Just I just fucking go and then figure it out. But to answer that, so like it gives me like when I do these interviews, especially with H Kaya, I get a lot of like anxiety because this is like your story or Sanchez or Finley, and I know it's like super personal. And then at the same time, like I really hate the thought of people saying like, "Oh, he's piggybacking off their stories or something."
I could understand that, but I don't agree with him.
Okay, like that's like the overthinker for me comes from that, like fuck. And then I get like I guess almost like sick to my stomach sometimes. I'm like, oh, dude, fucking like, I'm always questioning like what I'm doing. Is it right what I'm doing? Like, is it morally right for me to tell these stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that's a question you think?
Yeah, for sure. Like, am I doing a wrong thing? You know, because like in these interviews, like,
dude, you like raised $13,000.
I know, but that's just a thought in my head.
No, I get you. Yeah,
like there's a lot of self doubt in that.
Yeah, no, I get you. I get you.
I don't understand like the magnitude of it. Though I'm just a barber.
Yeah,
it just kind of just fell on my lap.
Yeah.
I wasn't there with you. I know this is U.S. history.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's just a lot of overthinking. And then, but what we're going to fucking do is we can post this and then we could follow up with your interview and just, and then we'll fucking all at the same time.
Yeah.
That's perfect because, you know, it's just a lot of traction coming to our platform.
That'd be cool.
But I feel a lot better now.
You should feel better.
Yeah.
I ran into a little bit of a situation where I was bummed about like my page. I started this before I got to this unit. But I had 2 people on, and they said some things about our boots that I wasn't cognizant of to edit out.
Yeah.
And so that made it into the final edit. And then those dudes like reached out to me like, yo, keep my name out your mouth, this, that.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, do we have a problem?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, so what's up? They're like, meet me at the Bricks. And I like
No
got into a
way.
fist fight
Yeah.
over the podcast. And like, I totally agree with what they're saying. They're like, dude, they
Yeah.
said some fucked up shit about my friends that died.
Oh.
And it's
fuck.
like, yo, I didn't know that. I'm sorry I didn't edit it that way. We fought and then talked, but like,
Okay.
because I feel
Yeah.
like that's some man shit. Like,
Yeah.
yo, we have a disagreement. The battle of choice, like, you know, the weapon of choice is fisticuffs. Like, and then afterwards I was like, you know, look, I didn't actually say anything, but if you're saying you have a problem with me, that's something different. Anyway, but like, I was like, man, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I fought the first negative comment on my fucking YouTube channel. Like, am I retarded? You know, I get a black eye. I pretty much lost because I got a black eye. Like,
You set
know,
the bar, dog.
yeah. So, but you know, and I'm pretty good about self-assessment and like,
Yeah.
you know, I've spent all this money on this. It wasn't free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
for sure.
And you know, it's got like 50 views, and like
Yeah.
I'm fighting a dude, and like a couple other dudes are kind of upset,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
You know, my buddies are making fun of their tattoo with like an Afghan flag. I'm like, yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
You know, you can have whatever fucking tattoo you want. You don't know that they know these guys and this and that. So yeah, I've definitely been in my head. I try to produce a quality product. I try and let people speak. I also try and fill the air.
Yeah.
I want to give props to you. Your interview, the way you hosted that interview,
Yeah.
like, because I was talking to my buddies, they're like, you probably said something stupid.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I answered the questions that he guided everything
Yeah.
the way. And that was like pro shit. Like,
Yeah?
yeah.
Oh, appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
that was good stuff. And then you also blew my mind that I spent all this money on microphones, and you're like, it's $20 for a lav mic that connects to your. I
Yeah,
bought one,
dog.
dude. I was like, fuck, let me just see.
They're nice. It's like nice for like on the go shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I was fucking blown away because I did all this research on this shit. Like you're saying, like if I'm intrigued by it, if I have a vision, if I have a passion, I will lose my mind in a rabbit hole researching the threads of this microphone going into this. This needs 1.5 inch spacing for this to.
No way.
Yeah, it gets.
Oh, that's
gets
pretty
deep.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
really deep, dog.
But you get this thing and it doesn't go on this thing. This is $80. This is $400. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna duct tape it.
Yeah.
No, I have to do the research and figure out
Yeah.
what the thread is. I have to figure out.
I would have never thought of that.
You
I would've
think
been like-
you think of it when it doesn't work.
Yeah. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I've tried to upgrade to things that are a little bit more like cleanly, like this. You know, that's kind of always. I've just had that.
Yeah.
My wife bought me those gun things and like just kind of fill in the spaces. And then I unified the chairs. Like all the chairs look the same and
Yeah.
just trying to make it clean. I did the inscription on the Security Clearance podcast.
Did you use a fucking a Cricut?
No, just Amazon. Order it from China.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know, good old Chinese.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm proud of it. I wish I had more of a mindset, or because this came about, I'd be in the ER at my first command, just talking with some mid-level officer about like
Yeah.
God knows what and philosophical blah blah blah, or about the origin of this or that, and
Yeah.
it would just go off in these like crazy corners, and like
Uh-huh.
people would like kind of not gather around, but kind of just like turn their head
Yeah.
as they're working, and like listen to me and this officer talk for 45 minutes. Like, I didn't want to interrupt. That was really interesting. But can you do an IV in room 2? I'm like, yeah. But and my LPO was like, you should do a podcast. And so it started off with this little thing, and it was they're still on my page. They're like 20 views in a dark basement. Us both like have a microphone from here to and we're both trying to talk into the microphone. Yeah. Really shitty lighting, but I don't know when Joe Rogan got started, but he got started with less equipment than this. Yeah. He's a comedian and was on TV and all that stuff, but
that dude called it, for podcasts.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It was like him and like a couple other people, but they're not as big as him. You know? Who's Mark Maron? Yeah, I know who he is, but does the world know? Yeah. No, not really. Yeah. But yeah, I just wish I would have kind of kept up to date when anybody could have joined. I guess I didn't think about like, oh, you can join YouTube. You could just join YouTube. Yeah. Have you ever thought about that? Like, I remember I broke a door one time, and my dad's a home builder. Yeah. I thought it was this whole extravagant thing to fix the door. No, you just go Home Depot, buy a door, undo some hinges, some screws, put it back in, put some paint over it. Yeah. It's like, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. You need an email, dude. You got an email? Yeah. You can start a YouTube account. So I wish I had the wherewithal to kind of do something like that. I like old Toyota trucks, and I kind of not really a deep hack, but on my channel, I posted my old Toyota truck. And besides this one video that has 3,500 views, this has 700 views, which is like more than most of my videos have. So it's bringing in a community that's pretty peculiar that likes a certain type of Toyota truck. Yeah. I've watched a video of a dude replacing a hose on a truck like mine with some shitty, wobbly, can't see shit, terrible audio, and it's got 10,000 views, and the guy has, like 100,000 views, and the guy has 10,000 followers. Yeah. I'm just like, if I would have just started this 5 years ago, it would have trickled up minutely through the time, and maybe, but you plant a tree. When's the best time to plant a tree? 25 years ago. When's the second best time today? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, philosophical. Cool. Yeah. So let's go over this equipment. These are Mevo by Logitech cameras. Essentially, you can fill this whole screen up with like 6 of them. So you could have 6 cameras. This is a Rodecaster thing. You can do.
Oh, actually, yeah. I actually wrote that in my notes.
It's super popular. You can hook up a cell phone, a few other different things. These are called cloud lifts, and for this microphone, it's necessary. Well, not necessary. They suggest it for cleaner sound, but I actually have microphones in there that you can run off your cell phone and one of these XLR.
It's like an adapter?
It has both ports. Oh, okay. So you can do USB-C to your phone. Okay. Or you can do XLR. Yeah. And you can do Android or iPhone, whatever. And then everything like,
How much these cameras go for?
So $999 for 3. Okay. And then you can buy the stands. I wouldn't suggest getting the stands. You can get the cheapest stand off of Amazon, which is like better than what their name brand stand. These are like $400 a piece. Okay. And I watched a tutorial on how to start a podcast, and it was talking about like you at least need audio. You can't just have a video podcast with a silent film, right? So you need audio. Yeah. So buy this first. And yes, I could have kept going with the microphone I had, but I had an episode where I was self-conscious about the audio. I was like, fuck it. Yeah. And like went and bought all these and yeah.
How about these right here? The arms.
I think they were like 80 and bucks. They can get up to 1,000 or you can get, down to whatever. They support it well enough. They're decent. You can go down the rabbit hole on all of this.
Yeah.
The chairs were like $100 each. These tables, I scammed Amazon. I think I got them for like $30.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, I like how this is just real simple and super effective.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, again, Joe Rogan started on a computer camera with like fucking snowflakes coming down. It was like shitty and glitchy. Things I need to work on are making clips, like you said.
Yeah. That's big.
Getting some unlicensed or free licensed music to like kind of do an intro or something, or have like a buddy play guitar.
Yeah.
And
Intros. And the outro too.
Intro, outro, maybe a little credit or something. I have messed around where I misspoke one time and said like MREs are so many calories, which is like, it was way off.
Yeah.
And I figured out it was pretty easy how to like put like an X on the screen and like go black and white, but like wrong. Yeah. I was like, you know what? Let me leave it the way it is and just have it. Like this is a hard thing for me, but like I had to kind of justify it in this way. Let me leave the video raw and not put anything, because if the person that was in these chairs said something wrong, they don't have the ability for them to edit it out themselves.
Yeah.
So why would I correct myself with my video? Just let it roll. Let someone criticize that. Nah, he's talking out his ass. He doesn't know what it is. And then I can talk about it on another podcast if it bothers me that much.
Yeah.
And, you know, if someone says something, I've had people like, hey, man, can we, like, cut that out? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
I've cut up. There was a misunderstanding on one. Where I was talking about one of our senior leaders. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, well, do you not like him?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I love him. Do you not like him? I was like, no, he was great. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so this was a
Yeah.
awkward thing that, you know, so I just kind of cleaned it up. But yeah, my mindset is like, these people don't have the chance to edit the podcast. Why do I edit around myself to make myself look better? So I felt that was like a little bit of integrity, but what I'm trying to say is it's not that hard to edit things and have it go. Do you know Demolition Ranch? You know that dude, the guy in Texas that has 10 million followers on YouTube. He shoots guns into random shit.
Yeah.
He has a great video editor. They're doing all sorts of crazy shit. Like their transitions are awesome. I haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah. One of the things, so if you're going to buy these cameras, definitely do research on what they run off of.
Okay.
Because they run off of my iPad. I've tried, I said this to you, but I tried my laptop, I tried my cell phone, it didn't work. So yeah. And then I'd say my biggest regret, unless you don't have a computer at all, was thinking I needed a laptop specifically for the podcast, when that computer right there would have been fine. I didn't need to buy a laptop. That was an expense I could have gone without.
Okay.
But it's interesting having this iPad. I thought I could do everything with the iPad. I bought it before deployment, and then very quickly just realized it's a bigger phone. And I can't do Word documents. I can't do this. I can't, download certain things. But it's weird that these cameras just like serendipitously work for the iPad, but then I have to take this stuff and put it onto a computer and edit it. How
long does it take to like edit like an episode?
Honestly, I could probably edit an episode in a day. I would say it doesn't take, for me now, it doesn't take too much longer than the episode length time.
Yeah.
So if we sit here and we talk for 3 hours, it really nowadays wouldn't take me longer than 3 hours.
Okay.
The first couple times learning the software, learning how to get everything to automatically link up with the audio and video and the camera angle transitions, I would have to, and I would do it so few and far between, I would have to relearn everything.
Yeah.
I've made a couple notes on my computer on like my shortcuts, how to make this was another thing, how to make a a thumbnail. How to save that, how to get it in the 16:4, whatever. But now that I'm more proficient about the time, but I got work. I got the advancement exam coming up. I got two little kids.
Yeah.
I got a wife.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. So I don't always want to come home and just like sit on my couch and like, because you can't like watch TV while you're trying to edit, you know, like it can maybe be on in the background, but so, and when I was first at the command I'm at now, I really did not care because I thought I was getting forced out because of some shit with my FMF pin and my eval. I was just like, well, fuck this place, dude. Yeah. And I would just like sit down and just fucking edit on my computer in like basically like a composite closet with a desk in it, just like fucking. So I was kind of busting them out pretty quick, but I actually work, and so I can't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old government work.
Where are you getting stationed next?
Sigonella, Sicily.
That's fucking badass.
It's gonna be cool. Which apparently the environment is like coastal beach line, so it might be similar to this. And the inner cordon of the island is just like lush farms the entire time.
That's
which like.
What's the name of the base over there?
Sigonella.
Sigonella?
Yeah.
Is that like a U.S. base or?
Yeah, it's a hospital.
Yeah.
It's like an air wing, airfield, and I think there might be a port. I don't know if there's a port.
Are you going what, next year?
No, I'm going November.
No way. How long will you be out there?
3 years.
3 years?
With the option to extend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, apparently I forget what it's called, but it's something like all right, we don't want to pull someone out here. Will you extend for a year? Your options are be like $10,000, 30 days of leave, a combination of $5,000 and 15 days of leave.
Yeah.
Or the third option is nothing, and you just be like, why would anybody choose nothing? You know? So yeah, you get this like bonus to extend, and if we like it, we will. My wife's from Europe, so we're going to be going over to where she's from almost immediately when we get there for Christmas. Yeah.
Is she Italian too or no?
No, she's Czech.
Oh, is that more like East?
Eastern Bloc. Yeah, up there by like Poland and stuff.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah. That's fucking badass though. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Her sister is up in Venice, which is northern Italy, like where the streets are water.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So,
isn't that shit like flooding over there?
I don't fucking know. She lives in the mountains.
Yeah, who cares?
She not that who cares.
You guys
but
make pizza and pasta.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, y'all take siestas.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna be a great welcoming when I get there. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm also excited. I'm selling that Tesla out there because you can only take one car, and we're gonna take the Toyota. But they're like, yeah, just buy. Like the troops constantly rotate, stations and just sell their car, like the Okie Marines and like the Okie Corpsmen. Just
okay.
I'm not going to import this car. I'll just sell it for whatever.
Yeah.
And so I like Toyota, and it's like I'm looking forward to getting like a diesel Land Cruiser stick shift.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fucking rad. I don't know how affordable that'd be, but yeah, we got to buy a vehicle when we get out there. I'm looking forward to that.
So after these 3 years, how long have you been in already?
In total military service?
Yeah.
January will be 10 years.
Nice. Are you going to shoot for 20?
Yeah, why not? Unless they, because I'll be coming up on re-enlistment at the end of this tour, right?
Yeah.
At the end of Italy. And if they're like, I basically did this to get to where I'm going now. I told them there's only 3 places I'm interested in going or I'm getting out of the military.
Yeah.
San Antonio, Texas, where I own a house and I met my wife. Spain or Italy.
Yeah. Oh, road to Spain?
Yeah, road to Spain.
Yeah, I've been there.
I was like, I'm on my way out. If I can't get one of these 3 places, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a dick or anything. And my chief was like right there on the phone with me. And they're like, we'll send you to Sicily. I was like, oh, that's the good one. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, no Texas? He's like, nah, dude, no Texas. I was like, okay, let's go to Sicily. And so if, you know, in 3 years it comes to where do you want to go? What do you want to do? San Antonio, Texas. Probably something like, I'm from close to New Orleans, so Belle Chase, Louisiana, where MEPS is.
Yeah.
Or, you know, San Clemente, you know, Camp Horn or something like that. You know, I wouldn't mind coming back here.
Yeah.
But if they're like, you're going to Georgia, I'm like, well, I don't know anybody in Georgia, so I'm not going to Georgia. I'll get out, get my disability, and go to college and learn how to do more video editing or something. You know, take speech.
Yeah. You for sure get out like with 100%.
I would think so. I kind of felt like I painted myself into a corner. I didn't wind up getting my FMF pin on time. I got bad paperwork. I get transferred out of my command because I can't make the deployment with, you know, time left in on these orders. I only had so much time left. And so they do a hot swap. 2 dudes from over there come to here, and we go over there. And so I show up there. They're like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, I just fucking got bad paperwork because of my FMF pin. I'm going to probably get out. Like, I don't think I can re-enlist.
What does FMF pin mean?
The little pin.
The little corpsman pin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's this whole program. You have to get your book signed. You have to do land nav, pistol, disass, rifle, disass.
Yeah.
You have to do the radio.
Yeah.
You have to do these things, right? And then the real hard part is your murder board, where they test you depending on how many people are on your board. They ask you every third question of the book, the entire book. And then your final board, they ask you 3 to 5 questions. You get 3 right, they move on, and it takes about 2 hours. But it's a fucking manual.
Yeah.
And you need to know, for the most part, verbatim, at least the first part of it verbatim. And then like and you need to give key 25 miles an hour forward speed in the water, this and that, 130 miles fuel range, with infinite capacity.
So all that just to get this thing?
Yeah. Jesus, and if you don't get that thing, you get a SP eval, which means you're non-promotable, and they take away your quota, which means you're not necessarily guaranteed to re-enlist.
And then all corpsmen have to go through this?
You are forced to go through it once you put on MARPATs. You were forced to sign up for the program.
I guess it makes sense because, like, I mean, you're dealing with health and shit.
It has nothing to do with health.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing. It's about C-130s and the mission of the Marine Corps Infantry Squad. And, like, it's good info, but, like, the punishment far exceeds the reward.
Learn on the job, huh?
Yeah.
Go on Google.
Yeah. So,
it's fucking old school as fuck.
It's very old school. But, so I show up to this, you know, I get hot swapped with this dude, and I show up to 3rd Tracks. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I just lost my quota. Probably can't re-enlist for shit. I just want to go to Texas, so I'm probably going to get out. They're like, all right, you need to, I don't know if you did this, but when I was in the Marine Corps, it was called SEPs and TAPs. I think it's called like PTAD or something now, like when you process out.
All right.
You need to go do this. DD-214s are backed up. I'm like, okay. And then I show up to like our first muster, formation, accountability, and they're like, you new guys need to learn this. You need to shadow this guy. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Like, am I getting the fuck out, or am I taking over the clinic? Like, what the fuck? Like, that's hyperbole, but you know, like, am I gonna be like working all fucking day here? Or am I gonna have time to like do my own, like go do the things I need to do? And you know, I went and talked to LPO and the chief about that. Like, I'm getting pulled in 2 different directions already. One from y'all, then one from, you know, the doc box. And then the next day, my chief is just like, can you board out for your pen in 2 weeks? I was like, yeah. And like, okay, I got you a board. You're going to get a second chance. I was like, oh, fuck. And so, like, back to the grindstone, studying like a motherfucker. Instead of working on my VA claim, instead of working on getting out and getting my DD 214 and transitioning my family and working on a job, for 2 more weeks, I sat and studied.
Yeah.
And then I passed. And then it's like, all right, my chief, great guy, was like, do you really want to get out? I'm like, well, do I still have bad paperwork? He's like, no. I'm like, well, what options do I have? And he's like, let's call him. And,
Was that this year?
That was, yeah.
Like over the summer or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like beginning of November, are you leaving or?
November 20th. I don't have enough leave.
Yeah.
So we're going to pack this house up October 31st. And then my wife's going to go to her house in Texas. I'm going to probably live in the back of my truck.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to detach here November 20th, either drive or fly down there, pack that house up, put it in storage, put it on the market for rent.
Yeah.
Then go to Texas for Thanksgiving, and then about 5 days after, fly out to Sigonella, check in, hopefully have a place either on base or off base, establish that, and then put in for leave to go to Czech Republic for Christmas. And then
You got a fucking busy fucking schedule for the rest of the year.
Yes, it's blinding anxiety.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
is.
That's a lot of fucking.
Yeah, my wife is
a
like,
whole
"Oh, we're so excited."
That's
I'm
like that's a whole mission with logistics and all that shit.
just getting my kids overseas screener.
Yeah,
They want to see my kids in October for dental, and like we're having this issue. Like, no, I'm leaving 20 days later. Like essentially, and it's just fucking logistical nightmare. What do I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. I don't know how old your kids are, but it's hard to explain to a 2 and 4-year-old what's going on, where their toys are, why we can't have this, why aren't we at home, what are we doing right now, what a 14-hour plane ride is.
Yeah. I just fucking took away all my kids' fucking toys. They're because they wanted a cat.
Old school.
Yeah, they wanted a cat. I'm like, dude, you guys want a cat, dude? I want all your toys out the fucking room. Out the fucking house. They're like, all right. And 3 bins later, dog, whole fucking bins full of fucking shit, dude. I was like, bro, no wonder this house is always a fucking mess.
That's the lesson, their messiness, they're not taking care of their stuff? Or you just wanted the toys gone, personally?
Yeah, because if they wanted a cat, we were getting rid of all the shit.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. It's 1 for 1. How bad do you want it?
Yeah. You know who Patrick Bet David is?
Yeah, the Iranian dude.
Yeah, the army guy.
Yeah.
I sent my wife this thing. How old are your kids?
10 and 5.
10 and 5. I want to try and implement this. As being a parent, I understand where it's like, yeah, we're not going to do any TV time. You're like, just fucking watch TV.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
No, for sure.
I talked to a lady about this. She implemented it on her kids, but Patrick Bet David talks about he'll go to the Lego store, whatever that is, and they'll just buy boxes and boxes and boxes, whatever the kids want. And then he goes home and he just puts them up on the tallest part in his house. Yeah. He says, you see that one? You see Darth Vader Lego set? That's $20. You see that one? That's $15. That's $5. And so his kids have to read in order to get these toys. I was like, I dig it. I don't know about $20, but
yeah.
I like that reward program. It's kind of, Tom Sawyer painting the fence, working is fun.
Yeah.
I felt like the Marine Corps did that with me with the GI Bill. It's like, I just need this fucking paycheck. I'm gonna go to college.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it to get a paycheck, and then I'm actually learning.
Yeah. Yeah. What now when my kids were younger, especially the second one, I'd be like, no, you gonna shut up? No? How about you? How about now? You gonna shut up now? Yeah. All right, here you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
The iPad is pretty clutch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably fucking rotting his brain.
Well, I think the games, depending on the game, but I don't know. My my kid was pointing at the TV today. I was like, what do you want to watch? And he like pointed to one. It was like Playgirl Barbie or something like that. I was just like, no, nah, dude, I'm sorry. Call me a bigot, but I'm not.
Yeah.
My 4-year-old boy is not. Damn, you got a spider crawling up the wall.
No, it's like spider season out here.
Is it?
Dude, where I live, bro, fucking this spider was everywhere, dude.
I feel like we just got over fly season because these motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ridiculous. And now.
Should I kill that shit?
Yeah, do you do what you want? I would fucking murder that. It's going to crawl in there.
Oh, I guess I just that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. My neighbor pounds back. It's like, boom, boom. Prison shit. Sick, dude.
Yeah. But, yeah.
This is a podcast, man.
Yeah.
How's life, man?
Cool, man. Fucking.
You did like a half marathon? You did a marathon?
Oh, yeah, I did a half marathon. The second I heard about it, like, it was right after Memorial Day. I saw it. It was like the memorial run for the 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw it, and I'm like, this is actually a perfect, like, half marathon to do. I always wanted to do one.
Yeah.
And, like, move on to a full marathon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got 13 weeks if I could train for this. And then I just went on YouTube real quick, and
David Cox. No,
yeah,
I'm just
pretty
kidding.
much.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I went on YouTube. Well, for sure, he motivated the shit out of me. But I just went, like, looked up 13 half marathon for beginners. And so this dude had, like, this simple fucking regiment that was 13 weeks long. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking, like, perfect.
Yeah.
And it started at 2.5 miles. I've just barely been able to run 2.5 miles.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking suck at running.
Yeah.
And that was, like, the first week of June. And then by the time I was finished, I ran 13.1 miles.
Nice,
just
dude.
like nonstop. Yeah.
I signed up for a marathon when I was drunk.
Yeah.
After
Did you
deployment.
do it?
I showed up
Yeah.
about 45 minutes late,
Yeah.
and I was getting to where I was going, running, and they're like taking away the roadblocks and like opening it back up to traffic. I was like, no, they're not. Like, no, just run half. So I wound up running half.
Yeah.
My feet hurt pretty bad.
You crushed it?
No.
No?
I finished half.
Yeah.
I did half marathon. You know, I showed up an hour late and then wasn't in great shape. And I also did something kind of dumb where I wore relatively new shoes I didn't really run in.
Yeah.
And
You got to break them shits in.
Yeah, I
dude.
couldn't like feel my toes.
Yeah. Like a solid month,
Yeah.
you break that shit in.
Yeah. So, but yeah, everybody got giggles out of that. They're like, you missed half the marathon and you were late and you didn't really train. And you did it when you're.
How was your knees? After
My
that?
knees are solid.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, my right knee was fucking killing me.
Really?
Dog. Bro. It hurt so fucking bad.
I like to run though. And when I was in Virginia, I used to do like 9-mile days.
Yeah.
Like just kind of, if it wasn't too hot, I busted out a couple of like 9, 10, 11-mile days. I don't know. It was kind of, I'd get in the zone.
Yeah.
I liked Mac Miller. I just fucking,
Just for not even like training for like a race or nothing. Just for the hell of
chilling,
it.
just fat, COVID.
Yeah.
Just trying
That's
to,
fucking, yeah.
we had this pretty cool neighborhood we lived in. There was this trail that a lot of people went on because they're like, oh, let's go outside. We're locked in our homes.
Yeah.
And I started with like taking my kid on a stroller and like go up and like go down, like get him to go to sleep, give my wife a break.
Yeah.
Like there's a Starbucks up there. So like sometimes I like carry the stroller up the stairs to the Starbucks and like get a fucking Starbucks. But, yeah, I would just do this there, do that there. And I was like, man, let me see if I can do the whole trail. And I do like the whole trail. I'm like, that's 4 miles. I'm like, well, let me go like to this splinter off over here. And I double it and do this and that. And then like, I've done, I don't know if this was in your program at all. I've done 100-mile months. Have you ever done anything like that?
Like run 100 miles in a month?
Yeah.
So like 25 miles a week?
Yeah. So like 3.5 miles a day. You skip one day.
Yeah.
You're at 7 miles that day. Skip 2. You're at, 10 and a half.
Okay.
So it gets tricky real quick. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so I've done that a couple times, and that
Yeah.
was one of those things where it's like I'm gonna do a 100-mile month, and I actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done
So
it
like
a
3
few
days, that would be what, like fucking 8 miles, 8.3 miles.
No, 7, 1, 2.
If it was three runs, it would be 8.3 miles.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it depends on how many days are in the month too.
Yeah.
But also like two of my buddies were Navy SEALs, and we got in like a little like group run thing with like the Nike run.
Yeah.
So we'd like, dude, they put up like stupid numbers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun challenge.
Dude, the half marathon I did, dude. So like, I'm still getting better at trying to get better or whatever. But I'm like, I remember I was like 4 miles deep, and it was like a halfway point, and this dude was just fucking like hauling ass on his way back. I'm like, this fool only got 4 miles to go, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's hauling ass right now, and I'm like, fuck, I got like 9.
Yeah. No, I remember the same thing. Like, I'm just starting off. I'm like probably a mile or so in, and just these jacked, lean motherfuckers, like serious, got like water bottles tied to their biceps and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
and they're on their way back. I'm just like,
dude, it's one thing like if it's like the fucking PFT and dudes are hauling ass because it's like short amount of time. But you still got to train for it. But to do it for fucking 13 miles, hauling ass like that's fucking insane, dog.
Yeah, but everybody pushes that shit to that. Like, all right, do the whole marathon. What is that, 21, 22, something like that?
That's 26.
26?
Yeah.
Well, they're like, well, I'm Cameron Haynes. I do ultra marathons, 50 miles. I do 230 miles. And it's just like, I think David Goggins has his place.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm going to die with this shit, motherfucker. Like this mentality, like you can't stop me. It's just like, but when you're in a wheelchair, are you going to be super stoked about the fact that your knees don't work anymore because you just destroyed them running so much? Isn't there a fine line between like being healthy and hurting yourself doing something so hardcore?
But like with David Goggins specifically?
Yeah, his mentality, because he has to get his knees drained, and he's bone on bone and all this stuff, and he's like, you think I'm a pussy? That's why I'm out here, because fuck you. And it's just like, that resonates with me. It resonates with a lot of people, but dude, you're gonna be in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Take
care of yourself. You can burn calories. You can fight those obvious demons you're dealing with.
Yeah.
On an elliptical. Like, that's for pussies. And like, you're going to run out of knee.
Yeah. It's just gonna be E.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be empty.
The K, the N, the E. It's just one letter left. But it's like, I understand he's not eating cake and milkshakes and like chilling on the couch all day.
Yeah.
That's one bad thing.
Yeah.
But then he's on like the other pendulum of like hurting himself because he's exercising so much.
You're making me feel like I'm listening to too much David Goggins now. Because I'm like, fuck, I'm probably running through the bone and shit right now.
I think I don't know. Does your knee hurt?
Not right now. But that fucking day was killing me, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was 13 miles. You ever heard of knees over toes? I'm going to go. My goal is to be Joe Rogan, by the way. I don't know if...
Knees over toes?
Yeah. He's been...
with running and shit?
No, it's a guy on like Instagram, and he's been on Joe Rogan. It's all about like knee strength. And like, basically he claims like no matter what your condition is, you can strengthen your knee to be like pain-free and be able to do whatever activity you want. And he went from like being a failed college basketball player, white dude, to being able to dunk in his 30s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, dude.
Yeah. White dude dunking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially
you're right.
30, like you dunking.
Yeah.
I'll be like, if you were to tell me that I could dunk 360, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but if I was a little Jack Black dude, I'd be like, I can dunk. You'd be like, okay. You probably got hops, dude.
Yeah.
If I had a pair of like some Jordans, I like, not Jordans, but like basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like real basketball shoes that look like I play.
Yeah.
Like, I can dunk. You'd be like, yeah.
I'd be like,
yeah.
Maybe a couple years ago, I got to see this shit.
Well, shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to wrap it up?
I think so. I think we reached our.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's great. It was great having you. I hope this was fun for you.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
Freaking yeah. Whenever you edit it, freaking we could just start.
Yeah, I got one in the shoot. I need to edit before that.
Yeah.
But hopefully tomorrow we'll find out if I get promoted.
Oh, word. So we're gonna go to what, E5?
E5, yeah.
Nice.
So there's the exam coming up in a week, but I was put up for a meritorious package. And I think tomorrow, if I am getting promoted, they'll probably trick me and say I did something wrong. Yeah. And then I have to go to do it, and then I'll sit around and then be like.
Does your resume, like, so you went to Sagan and
the Marine Corps stuff doesn't follow me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, so HKIA, that's actually something you put on your resume?
Yeah,
that's like count towards it?
Yeah, so it's something called a brag sheet, which is the resume part of it. It's something I type up about myself.
No.
That's supposed to be in a certain format, in a certain way. And then I'm not to the pay grade where I write my own eval yet, but they were teaching that today on how to write your own eval. So my brag sheet goes up, and then someone takes all this mass of words, and certain boxes in the eval can only have certain amount of sentences. Okay. So they have to take all this and condense it down into these sentences. Yeah. It's a ranking board between all the other people of my pay grade in my command. And it goes from number one dude all the way down to last dude. And if you're number one dude, you get something called an EP, which means early promote. And other than that, your MP must promote, promotable, SP significant problem. I think there's one in there, promotable and progressing. And it's also, do you remember I don't know if reservists did this, the cutting score?
Yeah.
So it's basically a cutting score. We get a GPA. Okay. And that GPA goes into our final multiple on our exam. Yeah. But since I have this eval, I have my PIN, I have this physical fitness test, I've been in a leadership billet, I have all these things I've done, HKIA. They take all that, chief puffs it up here, puffs it up there, hey, do these online trainings, and they built this meritorious package. And so the entire first MEF decides out of how many 200 dudes that were put up for this, like who gets picked out of that. Am I the number one dude? I don't know. Did I sell, cupcakes and Chick-fil-A sandwiches for the junior enlisted program? No. So
that shit sounds good, dude. Chick-fil-A.
It's so good.
I'm so hungry.
It's open.
Bro, I've been up since like 5. I went to the gym at like 5:30.
You should get some rest.
Yeah.
You know where gains are made?
Fucking when I'm sleeping.
In the kitchen in the gym.
Or I'll probably eat some Taco Bell or something.
You should get Chick-fil-A. It's way better.
Where's Chick-fil-A? I mean, there's
up by the outlets.
Oh, I go.
You go the opposite way.
Yeah, I go on the Oceanside. Yeah,
dude, it's 10 minutes up, and then whatever. I drive to Oceanside daily, man. It's not that bad. Yeah. I go to Del Mar, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, the beach on base. Yeah. You could drink on the beach, right?
No, but that's my command.
Oh, that's right, because you're with tracks.
I bomb down that highway. It takes me about 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, dog. Oh yeah.